Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Introduction to Computer Programming using Python. In today's module, we're going to talk a little bit about programming in Python. We're going to talk about our first Python script, but really, we're going to talk about kind of the foundation of what computer programming is and talk about its background and kind of what powers computer programming. Specifically, today, we're going to cover what exactly is programming and what does it mean to be a programmer. We're going to talk about the basic components of a computing device, the tool that enables us to program and create these wonderful pieces of code. Next up, we're going to talk about the software development lifecycle. So once we've kind of got this background of how things work and how to program, how do we really develop complicated pieces of software? What are the different methodologies that we could use to do that? Then we're going to actually write our first Python script, learn how to execute it and kind of work with that there. Then finally, we're going to wrap this up with configuration management, what that really means, and how to use Git and GitHub to do version control of your software. So let's get started in this wonderful lesson today. So I actually got into programming Python while I was in a C plus class. I was taking it was a C programming for engineers, and I was getting a little bit bored with it. Not that C is necessarily a boring language, but just for this particular thing, I'd already kind of learned a little bit about programming. I knew I was interested in it, and I realized that C was kind of like this kind of off-putting type programming language. And so a friend of mine that I'd met actually online had introduced me to Python and said, you should really check out Python. And so I decided to check this out and do Python. And guess what? I really kind of just fell in love with it. And the thing that I can kind of really express the best I can with this is I want to share with you this XKCD here. This is XKCD talking about the how Python works, and here it is. This guy's just flying, right? And he says, "How are you flying?" And he says, "Python. I learned it just last night. Everything is so simple. Hello world is just print hello world." Now, warning: this is Python 2 style of hello world, but that's okay. I don't know. Dynamic typing, white space. He's like, come on, join us in the programming fun again. And he's like, that's it. All I did was just import anti-gravity, and all of a sudden it was doing this. So this is kind of satirical. Obviously, you can't go flying and change the gravity in Python. But really, the power of programming, especially starting off programming using Python, it just really gives you the tools to make you feel like you can just do just about anything. And that's exactly what you're going to be able to do is you're going to learn how to be able to improve not only your life, others' lives, and be able to program these wonderful tools to be able to accomplish that. And Python and computer programming is going to be able to do that. I'm a personal fan of Python. I think Python is great. I've been to the past 4 PyCons myself personally, and unfortunately 2020 due to COVID was canceled, but I was slated to go to that one as well. And I hope that my goal is one day to be able to actually speak at a talk for PyCon. That's how much I love it. But I also understand that Python isn't the only programming language out there. There's tons of other languages out there, and each one has their own advantages and disadvantages, and that's okay. I'm really glad that you decided to use Python to start learning your programming language, but don't let that be the only language that you learn. Branch out, learn other programming languages that are out there, because there's a lot of other neat things that other programming languages can offer that Python can't, and that's great. So let's get started today and learn how to start programming using Python.